Hi everyone, Laura Bedford here. I'm the founder of Radiant Kids. The mission of Radiant Kids is to help kids remember love for self, community, and the earth. Thank you for listening in. Today I'm going to talk about the benefits of trusting love. You may already be aware that I talk about the idea that the world in which we live is an illusion. This is what has been explained by enlightened beings throughout our history, and more of us are coming to recognize our role in creating the world that we experience and why trusting love is so important to our awakening as a collective and to recalling the heaven that we never really left, which is inside of us always and will become more apparent or more manifest to us. It's always there as we trust love and allow our upsets to dissolve and be healed by love. This world where pain and suffering and the appearance of separation or individuation, we can use lots of words to describe this idea of feeling like we're individuals, is truly an illusion. It seems inconceivable from our perspective in many ways, unless we've had maybe a series of mystical experiences or taken inner journeys, been meditators for a long time to really integrate this idea. So if it's a new idea to you, don't worry about that at all. The most important thing is to just know that we're beautiful and perfect and good and whole and safely held as we're getting used to this idea of trusting love all the time. So the world itself, which really is coming from our mind, is masking to some degree our fundamental unity. Our heart always knows that we're joined, and we can look for evidence of that when we're in a group and we're all feeling joyful or we're feeling agitated or any sort of experience we're having, both on an individual level and as a group experience. In this world, what appears to be happening is the most believed energy or experience is what feels like the strongest. So if a leader is whatever their energy is, and people are maybe looking to the leader, they might seem to be affecting the group's energy. This is our knowing that we're connected and always tuned into these more subtle fields, this chi energy, the life force, whatever words, God, love, the appearance of not love. So I know you know what I'm talking about. And that there's always a perfect reality that is permeating and holding this illusory world that we're choosing to experience as individuals while we're in these temporary vehicles we call bodies. We know from countless enlightened beings and from our own experience that there really is no such thing as separation. We're always joined, we're always having a collective experience. We also know that suffering, pain, and lack of any sort is not natural. That's why our ego is always striving to find happiness or to transcend pain or to seek abundance, because we have this innate, this existential knowing that not having those things is unnatural. So these are wise things to contemplate as we move through our days and we're reflecting on what we're valuing, what's important, what we are, who we are, and where we are in any moment. As we take care of ourselves, each other, and the world, we are remembering that we're joined. History looks like this constant enlightening, and from our perspective, a space-time perspective, a dimensional experience, and we call it third dimension or fourth dimension if we include time. And those are actually very few dimensions, as science has long proved. There are many, many, many more dimensions and far more going on that our, what we think of our human perception is veiled to. We're all becoming more sensitive to frequency, sensitive to when we're not at peace and when we are at peace. And so they seem like it's a gray area, but it's actually, as the enlightened would say, it's one or the other. The truth is always peace, is always love, it's always this perfect state. We can return to our true nature, our God nature, in any moment that we choose for it. As we trust love and become more practiced at dismissing stories of unkindness in our own mind, thoughts of unkindness and upsetting emotion. Think of emotion as energy in motion. We're learning how to detach or become unattached to these stories in our own minds and in the minds of others and in the world itself, which is really all one. To know to go within and seek for better information.
Pressurized. T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 1 minute and counting. Now moving into the final minute of the count. We'll be standing by for the switch over to internal power. Switch over taking place at this time, going on internal power. T-minus 45 seconds and counting. Guidance aligned, just announced by John Young. That will be the last action taken by the crew aboard the spacecraft. T-minus 35 and counting. Countdown continuing to go well. T-minus